What's up, guys? Thanks for joining Feature Junkie. My name's Ed, and today we're going to be talking about the new movie Air, directed by Ben Affleck, starring Matt Damon, Jason Bateman, Ben Affleck, Viola Davis, and Chris Tucker. So this movie just came out on the 5th, and I'm so excited to get into this. But before I do, if you could leave a like below, I'd greatly appreciate that. Now let's get into the plot, courtesy of IMDb. Air follows the history of a shoe salesman, Sonny Vaccaro, and how he led Nike in the pursuit of the greatest athlete in the history of basketball, Michael Jordan. Okay, so a story of how the Air Jordans came into existence wasn't really at the top of my list of things I wanted to know about, but this movie had a star-studded cast attached to it, and I gotta say I really enjoyed this film. It's like one of those all-American inspiring type of films that like makes you feel like you can do anything in the world, and it has like, you know, humor sprinkled throughout, and I think it's wonderfully done. The directing with Ben Affleck I feel like is really well done, and I'm starting to really feel like he's such an underrated director because he is really good with his vision. You know, I just feel like everything he does, he really has his hand on the pulse and really understands and connects with the audience on what we really want to see. And I feel like with all the actors in this film, they did a great job, but especially with Matt Damon, Viola Davis, and Jason Bateman, I really hold them up to a higher regard because I just feel like they did a phenomenal job with, you know, giving depth to these characters and really making the audience really felt connected to these people. One thing to note though, when there's a movie made about the greatest basketball player ever to live, don't at me, there was no appearance from Michael Jordan. And what I mean by that is in his parts, there's a guy that has the same build and same frame as Michael, but you never get to see his face. And I really like that approach because I think the audience would have been distracted on who's playing him and comparing it to saying like, that doesn't really look like Michael. The point of this movie is the story, and this really helps you focus on the story rather than the greatest basketball player ever. But yeah, critics are loving this movie, audience scores are loving this movie, and I feel like a lot of people that do watch this film, I think they're gonna like it. I feel like just because it has an R rating doesn't mean that you shouldn't watch it. I feel like the only reason that it has that is just because some of the language that they use in this film. But other than that, I really feel like this is a movie where a lot of people can take, I guess, some self-reflection and really finding some self-motivation and believing yourself and taking a chance. And I feel like putting all those things together really gives this movie a bigger, stronger meaning. And I feel like a lot of people are really just gonna like this. So I'm gonna give my recommendation on this film. I wanna know what you guys have to say about this film. If you liked it, if you didn't, are you anticipating this film? Whatever it is, leave your thoughts in the comments down below. And if you haven't already, please like this video, subscribe, hit that notification icon down below so you know when I'm going live or dropping new content. And I want to thank you guys so much for joining me here today on Feature Junkie.